Alright, so we're going to look at markdown files in this lesson. It is an extremely important topic. Markdown files you're going to use from here on out every day. And let me show you how it looks like before I go any further explaining. So a markdown file, and this is a typical example, looks something like this, right? You can see there's, for instance, a hash. Now a hash will mean a header. So it is a big font, it will be bold, and so forth. So if this is in front of a line of text, it means this text is a header. If you have little stars in front of a word or a sentence and then after it again, it means bold. This minus sign will mean it's a bullet point. All right, so now if you look at this and you look at any other type of file, for instance a PDF, there's much more than just this little hash. So what you'll find in files like Word documents and so forth is that the styling takes up most of the size of the file. And with Markdown, it doesn't. So a Markdown file, first of all, is very small, but that's not really the most important, although very important. A Markdown file is the language of AI agents. It understands Markdown, it can read Markdown, and it can produce Markdown text. So here's the first thing. If you're going to attach a file to your AI agent, what will happen is that file will need to be read by your AI agent. Now, if it's Markdown, it's very fast and it's very easy for AI, meaning the tokens used, all right, now tokens is the measuring unit of the work that AI will do for you, and that costs money. So first of all, you will save a lot of money and tokens then when you use Markdown files. But because it is so small, you can do a lot with it. Number one, it's so small, I can put it into a database. So instead of having Markdown files, I can have all that text in a database. Secondly, if you're going to use it on something like a website, that website will display much faster. Now, if you look at it like this, it does look quite ugly. But here's the thing. I'm going to go to cursor now to show you how a Markdown file can get rendered. And by rendered, we mean to take all these hashes and stuff and actually show it as headings, as bullet points, and so forth. So here's a typical example of a Markdown file. And I think you can see all these hashes and dashes and all kinds of things. But if I right click on the file and I say preview, now this is in cursor, but there's many other programs we will look at just now. It will render it, so it will make it look nice. And you can see here how the outcome is, right? So you can see that it looks quite nice. You can even have in it, and you can see what happened here. This is code, and it puts it in a nice block and so forth. Here's another example. Oops, wrong one. if you go to our website, Rebel Glitch, all these transmissions, which is blog posts, it's our name for blog posts, um, this is all markdown. But so it's extremely small, but when it displays on the website, even it looks quite nice and fancy. So the rendering is even something that you can do in your code to say, render this markdown files so that the headings are a specific font. It's this case, it's also a blue, a neon blue. You can say these bullet points, and you can change the bullet points to say in your programming, the bullet points should be little icons of little spaceships or whatever you want. And then here you can see that I said, change this into a block, all right, and change the font for certain of the markdowns. So, first of all, you save a lot of bandwidth. Uh, the websites look faster, and you can save it directly, like into a database. All right, not hundreds and hundreds of files on your web server, but nice pages that gets displayed straight from a database. So that's all I want to talk about right now. But in the meantime, if you can go to obsidian.md and download Obsidian, you simply go to download. There's Windows, but it does have other platforms as well, as you can see, even Android. You can have Obsidian on your phone and so forth. In its basic form, it's free. It's not going to cost you a cent. Download it. There is a pricing structure and it's quite cheap if you want to do a sync, meaning you want to see it on all devices and so forth. That means your data is going to be available anywhere. Then it will cost you $4. But we're not interested in that. We just want to use Obsidian to save our MD files, because you can now imagine that as you browse through the internet or through the AI, or use your AI, what's going to happen is that you're going to have all these MD files, and you have to search all over the place to find the ones you worked on or the data you want. So we want a program, Obsidian is perfect for it, that will store all your outputs from your AI in directories or in folders. So you can have a marketing folder and so forth. So I can tell AI while we're at it, um, uh, look at my website, norebelglitch.com, and give me a detailed summary of the brand voice for this site. Please make the output in MD format so I can copy and paste it into Obsidian. A lot of spelling errors, but luckily AI is clever enough. So I'm not too sure if we have enough time to wait for this. We're going to try. Oh, there it comes up with my little logo already. So it's quite happy. It looks at the blog posts and so on. Let me look at my timing here. All right, well, in fact, here it goes. It creates a whole outline in Markdown format of what it found about the brand voice of Rebel Glitch and so forth. It will be interesting to see how good it is. Well, it's finished in time. And here's the thing. If you look at it, you can see the hashes and the all kinds of things. But if you're going to click on preview, it will render it to look good. Now, oh, I don't like this. I've seen this before. It likes showing it in a format like this, which I suppose is not bad. Uh, but I just want a text file. So I will show you now in the next video how we can take this code and then just simply copy it into Obsidian, and it will display it nicely for us. So this is the end of this video. In the next video, we're going to continue with Markdown, and I'm actually going to show you how you use it in your coding to remember things and so forth. So I'll see you there. Have a great day. Bye.